You are tuned in to the Yankee the Brit Show right here on Friday afternoon on Speaker Radio.
Spreaker, and it's Friday night.
Oh, is it Friday night? On Speaker? I thought it was Squeaker.
There's an R in there.
Oh, man, I keep forgetting that right there. Tune in, y'all. It's going to be a rockin' Friday night. Whoop, whoop.
It's always the weekend with RTM Radio. Trapped. Bring it. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network on a Friday night. Before that, Disturbed and Indestructible. Woo! What's going on, all you rock and rollers on a Friday rock and roll night? Your ass is mine. Ha ha. I think I got him.
Not only his, but your
I think I got him.
Bill Weaver.
He's dead now, little bastard. You won't be coming back over here to my neck of the woods. You're dead.
Well, you don't kill the fly.
You understand me? Dead, I say. What?
Well, you don't kill the fly.
You boy, you're dead.
You there.
You there, you're dead. So how is everybody, man? Nice to see you here. There's the cruising dipshit Dave Summers rocking with the Yankee and the Brit. Mr. Greg Aulden right there at the top of the list. Hi, Greg. Nice to see you. Bill Weaver, Joseph Graham. Joe is a hero, man. Joe has nailed himself a viral video. 8,000 some friggin' views, dude. You rock.
It was at about 3,000 something last night, and then we woke up today and it was at 8,000 something.
It kicks ass, and the dude nailed it too, man. I couldn't agree with him more on what he said. And tomorrow you're going to hear that little story. And also coming up on Kevin Young and the Truckin' Roundup next Thursday, they're going to be talking about the same thing. So you want to keep an eye on this shit because these guys are nailing it, man. We got some of the best radio shows there are here with these guys because they're talking about the real thing. They're talking about reality. You out there on the road, you drivers that are out there that really want to do it right. The rest of you, park your truck, clean them out, because by looking at some of the pictures I've seen, you need to clean them out with shit piled up over the friggin' windows. Come on. Clean those goddamn trucks out. Get some fresh air in there so you can see your fucking mirrors over there. Don't be assholes. You're crazy. Hi, Karen. You silly shit. What's going on?
Hey.
Nice to see you over there. Uncle Larry, baby. Mwah. My Uncle Larry, head of the RTM Chicken Haulers fleet. Nice to see him over there. Of course, Joseph Graham, as I said. All you guys are here. It's Sandy, the fish eye. What's going on, Sandy Fisher? Nice to see you, baby. And the Truckin' Roundup, Mrs. TR, ain't she a hottie? What's that?
7 o'clock. Bang on, 7 o'clock. We still had the plotter running over here.
I know, we've been working, man.
Larry's clock was going off, and we had Randy rocking his socks off with Disturbed on Spreaker.com.
Oh, was it noisy in here? And I was screaming and yelling and carrying on.
Can you guys make a bit more noise?
It was beautiful, man.
London quite urgent.
We've been working like white people all day long, man. I'm telling you. Been nailing it. Hebrew slaves over here, buddy. Making those bricks, stomping that straw. We're getting her done. Bill Weaver, the illustrious, wondrous, industrious, tankin' yankin' Bill Weaver. What's up there, Mr. Truck Driver?
Tankin' what?
Nice to see you. He's a tank yankin' tanker yanker.
Oh, all right.
You'll learn one of these days. Might take you a few years, but you'll get it. Mr. Darren Heller is here. Yes. Looks like Greg Smith must be here, too. Hi, Greg, wherever you may be. I see his name over there. I see Darren said hello to Greg, but I don't see Greg's name. Did he delete himself? Can you remove yourself from here? I don't know. But I don't see his name, but yet Darren said hello. So it must be me. I don't know. So nice to see all you guys over here. It is Rock and Roll Friday night, and that's exactly what we're doing. Tomorrow, of course, we do country. So be over here tomorrow night for country. We'll be jamming that new Bill Weaver tune, of course, like always.
Let me tell you where tonight's tunes have come from.
Some Lance Stinson.
Listen, every time I hear a song that I either think, oh, where do I know that song from? Or, what's the name of that song? I want to play it tonight. All these songs that build up on my phone on SoundHound. If I hear a song, I open up the SoundHound and I find out the name of the song. And then I always think, oh, we'll play that later. But we never do. So this ends up a big, huge list in my phone. I think we've done this before. So Randy has been going through my SoundHound list tonight. And he's got some awesome tunes there for you guys to jam on. Greg is going to be calling us up at the top of the hour.
Yes, Greg Aulden calling in. Thank you, Greg. That's great. I don't know what we're going to talk about because I don't know anything about you, but by God, we're going to wing it.
Well, I did say to Dave, but he wasn't paying attention, that if he wanted to, he could join in on the call. I know, he never pays attention. But Dave, if you want to join in on the call, I can add you into the call, I think. So let me know if you want to join in the fun.
Yeah, maybe you could ask him some questions and guide us along. I mean, you're really good at just carrying on with that conversation thing.
Oh, Dave, he's great at
Keeps us from having to do anything, and I like that about my job.
Dave's great at running his jaw.
The less I got to do as a white boy, the better I am. Hi, Carol Ann, out there sneaking around in the background.
Paula Cameron, I'm sure I've just seen her name in here.
Is Carol Ann serving up drinks tonight? Because I am thirsty. Bring me something. There is Paula Cameron. Hello, Paula.
She is.
Paula Cameron's with the Yankee and the Brit. Can you dig that?
Awesome.
Wow.
You
Ron
guys.
was here last week, wasn't he?
Ron.
Wasn't Ron there?
Not that Paula.
It says Paula Cameron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you know, you have a friend called Ron who has a missus called Paula? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, not that Ron,
Oh.
and then I realised...
And there's a
Ronnie-
Ron and a Paula.
Yeah, Ronnie the Smiler.
How appalling.
I call him Smiler.
Okay. Well, I'm
Because
glad
he
you
is
do.
always smiling, and he's got these big, beautiful eyes and a big, beautiful smile, so he's Smiler.
All right, then. Well, say everybody say hello to Paula.
Hey!
So, very nice. We are here with a license to carry small arms, the rock and roll with the Yankee and the Brit on a Friday night. And let's get back over here and let's do some more of that shit because it's good stuff, Maynard. Van Halen, Unchained, baby. Wow. Uh-huh.
Take that off of me. Look at it.
What'd he say?
Look at that.
Look at what?
on.
What?
That.
What's the matter with it?
Ah.
She broke her E.
Look at my ear.
God damn it.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Drinks are on me. Drink 'em up.
DJ, play that shit! Play that shit!
You're listening to Yankee and the Brit rockin' Friday night.
I love booze. Booze loves me. Holy shit, I got to pee. I'm so smashed, I'm falling down on the floor. I'm an alcoholic dinosaur. Excuse me.
Okay, it's Friday night. You can pull up youporn.com, but you'll have satisfaction in about 3 minutes, if you're lucky. As soon as you're done with that, tune in to the Yankee and the Brit Show with Randy and Donna on RTM Radio Network.
Listening to RTM Radio.
Next Thursday on the Truck and Roundup Show, we're going to have Needle Bender on the program from Big Rig Resort Radio in Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be talking about how to peak, tweak, and geek your CB radio. And we also going to be talking about safe winter driving, when you should have your CB on in bad weather. Tune in to the Truck and Roundup Show, baby, at 4 p.m. Central Time, each and every Thursday, right here on the RTM Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rand the Man for the Yankee and the Brit Sign Company. We are a maker of all types of signs, and we specialize in the larger real estate signs and construction site signs. We can make your graphics, and you can save some cash by installing them yourself, or we can ship you a completed sign. We can also create a t-shirt that is just your style. Find us at yankeeandthebrit.com for t-shirts, or search the Yankee and the Brit on Facebook to see some of our signs in action. Call Donna at 903-487-9626. Again, 903-487-9626. Yankee and the Brit in the RTM Radio Network. Gonna tell you a little story. What happened the other day?
Not funny.
It was yesterday, as a matter of fact. We had to go repair a sign, right? Okay. Obviously, I can't quite tell. It almost looked like there's some tire tracks in the weeds there where somebody went off the end of this road and drove over it. Because that's what it looks like. To me, that's what I believe it is. But it could have been the storms that went over. But anyways, we got a call from the client, and they said, signs on the ground, go fix it, So we went and checked it out. And they'd already told us it was damaged, so we knew it wasn't our fault. So we went over there and got over there, and the wind's blowing like a son of a bitch, right? And I keep telling Donna a million times, don't stand on the downside of the wind from the sign. You
You
stand
said,
on
get
the
them fucking leads out from the
stand
fucking
on the side of the sign where the wind is blowing against your back. Don't be on the downwind side. And I couldn't get this through her head. So there was I'm trying to put this thing back together and hold it up in the fucking wind while we're fighting with it. And I said, get those fucking weeds out of there. They're going to be caught between the sign and all this shit. And I'm holding the sign, fighting the sign in the wind. And she's on the other side. And instead of coming around beside me and saying, pick the sign up and I'll get the fucking weeds out of there, the sign's blowing in the wind. She reaches down to get the fucking thing. And the wind blows the sign out of my hands and lands right on top of her fucking stupid ass. And she's pinched, smashed between the ground and the sign. And I thought for sure she was dead or something, Of course, all she did was come up with this ricka fucking ricka sucker fucking rickin' bloody fucking blowing crap. And I'm yelling at her, I told you not to stand on that side of the fucking sign. And she wouldn't listen to me. And I got the sign off of her, got her up. She's all covered in mud and shit.
From head to toe in mud.
So I moved the sign out of the way, laid it down so I could make sure she was all right and all this shit. And I turned around and looked. And have you ever seen the drawings on an asphalt where somebody's been hit or shot and they laid there dead and they drew the little chalk outline around them? Well, there was a dent. There was a dent in the mud that looked just like one of those. One arm up, one arm down, and two legs bent. And you could tell where she'd been crushed into the mud by this sign.
You exaggerate, you do.
So I went out there with my paint and I sprayed a little outline now. And if the cops ever see it or a helicopter flies over, they'll think it was a dead body scene over there.
Yeah, it's going to be yours if you tell these guys any more details.
Oh, my God. She just won't listen to me. Like I've never done this shit before in my life,
It was like slow motion, where it was like it all just...
You're in slow motion.
It was like slow motion, but I just couldn't move any
faster. Sign is
and I just
falling on
I just felt this big sign coming at me, and then it clunked me on the head.
No, we didn't take any pics because we didn't have the cameras with us at that point because she doesn't take any pictures. She took pictures before, then was back over at the truck waiting for me, then come over to help me, and didn't have the camera with her. So, no, we didn't get any pictures of that part. But it's not like I can leave her later with a sign on top of her. Hold on, honey, while I post this on Facebook.
Well, that's how you're supposed to do it.
I guess I'm probably the bad guy. Needless to say, it was quite an adventure. Gotta love working with the wife.
And I nearly lost my shoes in the mud because the ground was that soft. One thing that was good, it was a soft landing because the mud was that soft that I ended up caked up. But I did say to Randy, with me doing it like face down, my boobies and the old Cody nipples will drill them holes. He won't need to drill his holes for his signs anymore,
So,
my boobies will do the job.
Needless to say, the outline of the dead body is imprinted in the ground over there. Probably it'll take millions of years for the dust to ever fill that back over. She was bum up and kneeling. She was buns up and kneeling. She was wheeling and dealing.
You should have took advantage.
Right out in the middle of a friggin' cornfield next to the highway full of garbage trucks running in and out. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So anyways, thought I'd share that little story with you. Unfriggin' believable.
Anyway, let me just interrupt this broadcast to tell you guys that Joe's video, would you believe this, was only saying earlier today that it was around 3,000 views last night, and we woke up this morning and it was 8,500 views. Now it is 12,647
How many?
views. 12,000.
12,000 views.
Yeah, and
this dude is on our radio show. Don't forget that.
Yeah, you heard him here first. Anyway, in the mornings on our news, on our television news thing, whatever it is, I don't know, they post a viral video of the day. So I'm wondering whether we're going to see Joseph Graham on our news channel in the morning.
I don't know about that, but I will say one thing, that it was also on Landline in their blog today already. So congratulations, Joe, man. And like I said before, you nailed it. I couldn't have said it better, not without cussing and swearing.
Speaking of, Taz said squealed on a squeal. Do you know what we was talking about last night in bed before we went off to sleep? I was saying yeah, do you remember I said something to Randy like, can you imagine if I got over here and when I screamed your name, I screamed it like a pig. Randy!
Randy!
I know, I was like, can you imagine a pig having an orgasm and I was going like this in bed? Give it to me, big boy! We was both pissing ourselves laughing in bed. Both of us overtired, because I get dead giggly when I'm overtired. So we just both being right.
You're giggly anyways.
In bed.
Yeah, I read that too, Dave. It was pretty cool. Hi, Christy. What's going on? And hello to Christine Hollenbach Brown. What's going on? Nice to see you here. Glad you could stop by and hang out with us for a little while.
Christy, I'm glad you didn't come in just a couple of minutes before. Randy was just telling an embarrassing story about me being knee-deep in mud.
That's right. And hello to Mrs. TR. Hi, Shannon. I did say hello earlier. And Mr. Kevin, wherever he may be. He's within earshot.
Joe says I can't bitch about him talking too much. I will do exactly that, because I still think you talk too much.
Yeah, very impressive.
He doesn't stop to breathe, does he?
Joe nailed it, though, man. I
Yes,
can't say it enough. He said exactly what's needed to be said for a long time, and, nobody wants to listen. And obviously people are listening this time, so I think it's pretty cool, man. That's great. Awesome job, Mr. Joe. Yanki and Brit, the RTM Radio Network.
What's up? This is Chester. I'm Brad. Phoenix. Rob. And this is Mike from Lincoln Park. It starts with... Don't turn your back. RTM Radio. RTM Radio. RTM Radio.
Taking you back to the realms and depths of time. Thank funk for that. More music, less bullshit. Continuous jamming. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Cut the crap. Play the music. Play the music.
RTM Radio. RTM Radio. RTM Radio.
The one who's so far away.
Live from the Roadway Inn, February 5th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
Good night, the great savings.
The Truckers Gone Wild 2016 Pre-Cruise Party presents
Yanki and the Brit.
The Razor Blade Express. Samo Radio.
Live at 7 o'clock Eastern and 6 o'clock Central Time. So join us at 2440 West State Road 84, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Yankee and the Brit, Samo Radio, the Razor Blade Express, all live on RTM Radio, Samo Radio, the Razor Blade Express, SouthNet 1, and QH3.
Quack, quack.
See you there February 5th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
This Thursday on the Truckin' Roundup Show, we're going to have Needlebender on the program from Big Rig Resort Radio Shop in Phoenix, Arizona. He's going to be telling everyone how he peaks, tweaks, and geeks your radio to get more for your money and your bang for your buck, baby. And we're also going to be talking about winter driving conditions, when you should have your CB radio on, and what kind of conditions. And plus, drivers, if you have a tip for your fellow driver out here on the highway on how to be safe, call into the program the second and third hour at 774-220-4000, PIN code 990055, and we'll get you on the program to tell everybody your safe winter driving tip. You will be tuned in to the Truckin' Roundup Show on the RTM Radio Network.
Oh, goddamn it. Yanki and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network 749. Greg Aulden coming in here at 8 o'clock, giving us a call. See what he's got to say. Speaking of cruising, we will be there at that pre-cruise party, baby. Make sure you are there. Me, Donna, Samo, Dave Capers, we're all planning on being there.
We are going to be doing a show live.
Live from Florida. Yeah, it should be fun, man. I think it'll be great.
So you guys should pop down, visit if you can.
I have no idea what to expect, but you're more than welcome to stop by and say, hey, what's going on, and see what kind of shit goes on, and what these cruises are like before you go on one. Then it'll make you want to go on one, and that'll make Mr. Dave really, really happy.
And the Sunday before you guys travel, what we're going to do is we are going to play the show that we played last year in New Orleans. Sorry, it was last year, wasn't it? We're now in 2016. Anyway, yeah, we recorded a show in New Orleans, and we are going to play that live on the RTM Radio Network the week before you guys travel, which is going to be so cool.
That's
you can
right.
hear your voices and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And a quick hello to Don, and Michelle is here.
Hey.
It is Michelle Cross from across the pond.
Hey, Smell.
Hello, how are you, my baby? And somebody else I wanted to say hello to that was in here, Paul Pace. What's going on, Paul? Doing all right, I hope? And let's see. Of course, we've said hello to everybody else, I think. So I think we've got everybody under control. Mr. Tim Tatum. What's going on there, sausage man?
Hey, Tim.
Everything all right over there in Rocky Top, Tennessee? Come on.
Sausage man.
Well, he ain't Rocky Top, but anyways, just sounded good, so I thought I'd say that. So, anyways, here we are on a rockin' Friday night. We are licensed to carry small arms, so please stand back. Of course, we're in Texas, so we don't need a license to carry. And we can open carry, so, did you get it?
Yes, I just killed a fly.
I guess with a ha-ha like
my
that.
hairbrush.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yanki and Brit in the RTM Radio Network. Hello? Friggin' asshole. When I say start playing, you start playing. None of this dead air crap. Why? Did I ever tell you that Pieces of 8 sounds like masturbates?
SS Cruises is proud to present to you the Country Cruisin' Cruise with Nashville's recording country artist Lance Stinson. Join us as we sail away from Port Canaveral, Florida on the beautiful Carnival Magic. During this 7-day cruise, you will visit the beautiful ports of Cozumel, Mexico, Belize, Costa Maya, Mexico, and Isla Bertan, Honduras. Inside cabins start at $674.14 per person, and balcony cabins start at $934.14 per person. Easy payment plans are available. Prices include cabin, port fees, taxes, prepaid gratuities, and a private performance by Lance Stinson. If you'd like to join us, please contact SS Cruises at 937-331-8029. That's 937-331-8029. We hope to see you on board.
Live from the Roadway Inn, February 5th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
Good night, the great savings.
The Truckers Gone Wild 2016 Pre-Cruise Party presents
Yanki and the Brit. The Razor Blade Express. Samo Radio.
Live at 7 o'clock Eastern and 6 o'clock Central Time. So join us at 2440 West State Road 84, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Yankee and the Brit, Samo Radio, the Razor Blade Express. All live on RTM Radio, Samo Radio, the Razor Blade Express, SouthNet 1, and QH3.
Quack, quack.
See you there February 5th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yankee and the Brit in the RTM Radio Network. What's going on, everybody? Glad to see you here. Straight up 8 o'clock and on the telephone, if my beautiful assistant would get her shit together over here, we have Greg Aulden. Hello, Greg. How are you?
Yeah, good. I can't understand anything you're saying.
Well, you probably can now.
Okay.
My beautiful assistant forgot to plug the phone in.
All right, then.
So Dave and Greg is on the
Oh, Dave's
line.
here too. Okay, good.
Yeah, Dave's here too. So Dave, would you like to tell us all about Greg and his little obsession with you?
Yeah, so you want to hear about Greg?
Yes.
Or maybe Greg could tell us about Greg.
Where would you like me to begin?
Listen to the excitement in his voice when he mentions my name.
No, it's we met Greg. Actually, it was his first contract. Larry and I were sitting out on a little bench outside on the port there on the dock in Nassau, Bahamas. This was December of last year. And here comes this pudgy guy walking down the dock. Did you
say pudgy guy?
I see we're already off to a good start.
Well, he comes walking down. He looks at Larry and I, and we just say, "Hey, how you doing?" He comes over and talks to us. Well, we get to talking. He's like, "Yeah, it's my first contract," and you get to lead in the conversation. And we get to talking. And he's like, "Yeah, my next contract's on the Splendor." And I said, "Really? You're on the Splendor?" "I'll be on the Splendor in October of next year for the going to Bermuda." And Greg's like, "We're going to Bermuda?" And I was like, yeah. I said, "It's October." I forgot what it was, Greg. Was it 23rd we sailed, I think?
Yeah.
Or 23rd, 24th. It was the end of February. It was the end of October.
It was my last. Yeah. It was my last cruise on that contract.
Yeah. So Greg didn't even. He had no clue he was even going to Bermuda. And I was like,
when I saw you guys, I just found out that they had just given me that's my next contract. So I didn't even know where that ship was going. all I knew was that it was going to be out of New York City, and I was happy about that because I could see the ship from where I lived, basically, right across the river.
Yeah, and then when we went out of Bermuda, it was out of Norfolk, Virginia.
Right.
And that we had a great week with Greg. Of course, we spent last February with Greg because Greg was under the contract on the train. So yeah, so he was there in February, and I was telling him, yeah, we got 240 truckers coming here. Basically 8 weeks later, and basically it's all just snowballed from there. Greg busted his butt to get on this contract for us for the Conquest here in February. We went through a couple little hiccups, and I actually think the guy, Bradley, who was the soloist, he's actually on the Conquest now. His contract ends the day Greg's contract begins. His contract was supposed to end a week after the day we get off the ship. Right. But him and Greg coordinated it back and forth, and I did thank Brad personally for letting you get on that ship.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it was really nice of him to do that. That's how we make our money. So it was really kind of nice for him to kind of back off for a week so I could get on there.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, we got this will actually, in February, this will be my 4th cruise with Greg in basically about a 16-month span.
But it was the dream. It was a dream where we really kicked it in because, the dream was just out of New Orleans. I still have video from that cruise. You guys were just nuts. Especially with the signs, and it's like every other, they have the Truckers Gone Wild signs, sticking it in the camera and the bed. We just had so much fun.
Yeah, that was a good week, and we were, I know me personally. I mean, I know the wife, Larry. Oh, there's a lot of us that are just tickled to death that you literally told Carter, well, hey, I got to be on the Conquest for the Truckers Gone Wild cruise. So we can't thank you enough for that.
Well, it's my pleasure. I mean, being a performer, you want people out there who are, if I'm just playing for myself, I might as well just be sitting here in my apartment playing. I don't play music just for myself. I play because I'm a show off.
I think
I need people to show off and turn up. So you guys are just awesome. What's that?
I said I think Dave would like you to just sing to him, strip off naked or something and just sing naked to him.
Okay. Even if I were gay, Dave would not be the guy.
Really?
Yay, score one for Greg. Hey, Greg, Bernard the chicken said to tell you hello.
Oh, Bernard? Oh, yes?
Yep, he's in here.
How do you say Bernard?
Okay, Chris, I'm looking at the feed here. Chris Lewis. No Seasons in the Sun is not going to be played until we're on the ship. Okay?
Thank you.
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons.
My doctor says I can't sing that song because I could have another seizure. So I have to wait for a while before I sing that song again.
So, putting you on the spot, Greg, what can you sing for us without singing the song?
What? You want me to play something for you now?
Sure. Why not?
Hello?
You got a big crowd here. Why not?
Hang on a second. I got my guitar right here.
Yeah, pretend you're singing to Dave.
Well, then no one's going to like that. No, I need more inspiration than that.
Oh, Mrs. Dave says she's got $20 to throw in.
We'll get to that story next.
He's still not singing it, Mrs. Dave.
I can't wait. Tell it now.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Well, the red light headlights screaming on the rainy night. See Brit up ahead, slow me down, clicking door time. Looking for the morning. The outer windshield wiper, stopping up the tempo, keeping rhythm to the song on the radio. Gotta keep it rolling. I said, ooh, I'm driving my life away. looking for a better way for me. Ooh, I'm talking about a rock and roll. Looking for a better way. How's that?
Dave's getting moist.
How's that?
It's great. It's great. Awesome. These guys in the chat room, they're throwing in lots of $20 bills. Dave Summers is getting moist in the trouser department.
Send all your checks and money orders to Greg Aulden, care of. Yeah.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for singing.
It'll sound a lot better when I see you guys on February 5th, right?
Yes. What are you going to sing to us? I mean, we know that Seasons in the Sun is barred, no matter how many $20 come your way. So what else are you going to sing for us on the 5th of February?
Yeah, because I'm already creating that the list. I'm sorry. You know what? The way I kind of make things up as I go. I feel out the crowd and how things are going. I saw on the show that I was watching the show. I guess when were you guys last broadcasting?
Night before last, wasn't it?
Yes, right. That everybody was saying no slow songs. So apparently no slow songs when I come down there. But we're gonna have fun. We'll be doing we'll do Drive My Life Away. I think Mark State and me we're trying to work out a version of Convoy. Which, yeah, that should be just a big train wreck. But we're gonna try. We're gonna give it a shot. But you know, I play a lot of James Taylor, Eagles, America, Neil Young, Billy Joel, Elton John, Jim Croce, that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing.
All good stuff. Great.
So knowing how crazy we are on this show, what would you sing to the Yankee and the Brit?
What would I sing to you guys?
Yes.
Oh, Seasons in the Sun.
Not Seasons in the Sun.
No. You know what? It wouldn't be me singing. I would get Dave up on stage.
Oh no!
And he would sing his version of Seasons in the Sun.
No. Hey, we've got Samo in the chat room. He says he's going to bring his bass guitar.
Who's that?
Samo. He's going to be doing a show there in Fort Lauderdale with us, and he says he's going to bring his bass guitar.
Cool, Samo. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, he's
the more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned.
He's the
producer.
producer.
Is he going to be on the ship?
He's the producer.
No, let me jump in real quick. A lot of people that don't know, we have got it arranged with Greg. I've got Greg, basically, Carnival is flying him in on the 5th, correct, Greg?
No, they were going to fly me in on the 6th to Miami.
Okay, so they're flying, you're coming in on the 5th?
Yeah, I told them, forget about that. I bought my own ticket. I'm going to be flying out of Long Island, because that's apparently around here, it's the only place that flies direct to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
So I'm flying down on the 5th.
Okay, well, I've got Greg a room set up at the hotel with us, so Greg will be there on Friday the 5th with all of us.
Wow.
With bells on.
Wow.
What kind of bells are you wearing?
What? What does that mean? What kind of bells I'm wearing?
I don't know. It just fell out of my mouth.
It just fell out of my mouth. Sanctuary. So, yeah, no, I don't know what type of bells. I have to go bell shopping to find the right bells.
Okay,
well,
I guess some elephant bells, maybe, if we have to finish the conversation.
Some what?
Elephant bells. Oh, you're too young to know that stuff. Well, Greg, why don't you tell us about you for a minute, if Dave doesn't mind shutting up for a few seconds?
Yeah, if Dave will just let you get a word in edgeways.
Well, I've been playing in the New York City area for like the last a little over 20 years. I've played in the Greenwich Village mostly, a place called which is no longer there because they're kind of a lot of the music venues in New York City are closing. But I played a place called the Back Bench, which was on Bleecker and Thompson, right in the center of the village. And back in the day, you had Bob Dylan played there,
Simon & Garfunkel, Janis Joplin, all these greats used to play at the clubs that I played there, especially back then. And so I kind of came up after I graduated college. I moved back here to New York City, and I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. So I studied acting for a while, but music was paying the bills, so that's kind of what I stuck with. As long as I'm on stage and I'm performing, I'm happy. Doesn't matter if I'm singing, if I'm acting, or whatever.
I love Greenwich Village, man. I was in Greenwich Village last time I was there. It was the punk era. What a crazy place that was.
Yeah, no, that's some of the. I guess I came there in '85, so that was at the height of the punk era.
Yeah, what a great place.
And we used to in between sets, we'd stand outside and just lean against the car and just watch the show as everybody walked by. And some of the outfits were just insane.
Absolutely. My brother took me there. He was on Governor's Island in the Coast Guard, and he lived in Flushing, and he took me over there. And I'll tell you what a trip. I'll never forget that place.
Yeah. Well, the Smithereens, I don't know if you've ever heard of the band Smithereens.
Of course.
They started right next door to where I played at the back fence of a place called Kenny's Castaways. And CBGB's was right down the street. Just a lot of great places. And all those places have closed because they're putting up $1 million condominiums.
Well, of course, that's always more important than an artist expressing themselves or going out and having fun.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that is true.
Christine wants to know, I don't know if you've answered this when you were talking to Dave or not, but how did you happen to start working with Carnival? How did you actually get involved with them?
It's about a little over 3 years ago. I got really, really sick. I had my kidneys shut down. I had a kidney infection, and I was in a lot of pain, and I was taking way too much Advil. And so I walked into the hospital they said about 15 minutes before they would have sent the meat wagon to pick up my body. I mean, I literally died on the examination table a couple times. So I was on dialysis for about 6 months. And an old friend of mine, a musician friend of mine, Scott Hathaway, who had worked with Carnival for about 10 years as a soloist, saw on Facebook what I was going through. And when I finally got off dialysis, which was a miracle in itself, he knew that I just lost everything. I lost my car, my house, just everything. And he knew that I didn't have the wherewithal to bring all my equipment to the gigs anymore. I didn't have a car. So he said, you know what? I've been working for Carnival. You don't have to bring a sound system. All you need is your guitar. You're going to be out in the fresh air of the ocean. It's healthy for you. Why don't you come and work for Carnival? So he was very instrumental in getting my resume to the top of the stack. And I really have to thank Scott for that. Great musician, too. And that's how I started with Carnival.
Wow, what a great story, man. I love stories, and that's awesome.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Good. I stumbled upon one of your videos here a couple weeks back in Bozeman, Montana. How in the hell, where were you going when you were in Bozeman, Montana? I have some friends out there, the Bows, and they got me. They brought me out, and I played some private parties for them out there in Gallatin, which is outside of Bozeman, and it's near Yellowstone Park, Yellowstone National Park. And I played the Yellowstone Club. You can look it up online. It's a beautiful, beautiful resort club. And they got me a gig at the ski resort there, Big Sky Ski Resort, which is, I think, one of the top 10 ski resorts in the country. And I played there for 2 weeks. And there were some people. I live in Hoboken now, right across the river from New York City. And there's a group of people there at the resort having a vacation from Hoboken, and we kind of hit it off. And I was going back home. That's where the video started. I was going back home, and the plane kept getting delayed. And these folks from Hoboken were like, "What the hell is going on? I'm going to kill somebody!" Blah blah blah. And the flight attendant started crying because everybody was yelling at her. And I'm like, I got to do something. This poor little girl. I mean, she was just a young little girl, and everybody was just screaming at her. So I said, I'll just take out the guitar and start playing. And I played "Leave It on a Jet Plane," and then somebody actually, I guess, videoed it on their iPhone and posted it on YouTube.
and that's where that came from. I was going home from.
Are you originally from New York?
I was born very close to where I am now in Jersey City, and we moved to Cedar Grove, New Jersey, which is a beautiful town in about 40 miles west of New York. And then when I was about 16, my dad got a big promotion, and we moved down to the Philadelphia area. And I lived down there until right after college, and that's when I got accepted into the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And I moved back up to New York, and I lived in New York. I lived in New York up until about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, because and then I got this apartment here in Hoboken.
A lot of people don't understand why they call it the Garden State, but as many times as I've been to Jersey over the years, I'll tell you what, it's an absolutely beautiful place when you get out of the slums.
You know what? I spend a lot of time, even on the ship, I spend a lot of time defending New Jersey because, and I blame, who's the comedian who did? You from Jersey? What exit? That idiot. And Jersey got a really bad rep, and everybody thinks about Jersey as that stretch, that maybe 5 or 6 mile stretch of all the oil refiners on the turnpike. And it smells, and there's the sulfur and all that. But if I blindfolded you and like set you up in some of the mountains of New Jersey or some of you wouldn't know it from New England.
No,
you really wouldn't.
It's absolutely beautiful.
So beautiful.
I loved going to Jersey. There's a lot of people can't stand it, but I think it's an absolutely great place to go. And I love the people. I think the people are very nice. A lot of people snub Jerseyans. They think, oh, they're mean, they're rude. You got to get to know them, and you got to understand them.
I think you're going to find mean, rude people anywhere. But Jersey, if you take the time, I think you're absolutely right. It's they're really laid back and just such. They're really, really, really nice people. And the best corn you'll ever have ever. Jersey corn is just the best.
Oh yeah. How long, let's see, how do I want to say that? How old were you, or how long ago, or where or when did you learn to play guitar and get into music?
I taught myself. I picked it up when I was about 16. I was a sophomore in high school, and a guy came up to me. He had heard me sing at some function or something. And he's like, "Hey, we're putting a band together. You want to sing for the band?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." So I started just as a singer, as a frontman, a singer. And I would watch the guys play, and I was like, you know what, I think I can do that. And I'd go home, and I bought an acoustic guitar, and I started mimicking what I saw them doing when we were rehearsing. And I'm very proud of this. In the first 4 months after I picked up the guitar, I had my first paying gig.
Wow.
I knew 4 songs. It was for a CYO kind of get-together at I guess, the local church. I played 4 songs, and they paid me $30.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, it's something.
Have you ever recorded in a studio?
Yeah, I put out a CD called The Balance back in, I guess it was 95, 96. One of the songs was used in a movie that was debuted at the Sundance Film Festival some years back. A song called "Part of Me" off of the CD, and but it is a movie that you will never see ever.
Very interesting.
It is the worst movie ever made.
Are some of those songs on YouTube?
During my show? Yeah.
Well, can we? Is it all right if we play some of those?
If you can find them, sure.
Okay. Well, I prefer to get them off YouTube. They're usually pretty clean and nice. So, unless you got some you can send us.
Yeah, I think I have some MP3s. MP3, okay?
Yeah, send them over. You guys get after Greg. Get him to send those songs over here so we can jam some of that stuff.
Okay. I'll send you "Part of Me," which is a song that a lot of people who know me, they request that song. That seems to be the one that kind of stood out from the CD. And I'll send you a couple more so you can play some. That's great.
Email address in the chat, but you'd send it.
Donna is putting the address in the chat for you, and you can send them right to that. And we do the Lido Lounge on Sunday, which Mr. Dave comes in for an hour or whatever and talks about the cruises and things. And we like to play a lot of cruising music. And since you are the star of the cruise, we'd really appreciate it to get some of your music in there.
Okay, I'll send them out as soon as we finish here. I will send you like 2 or 3 songs. Okay.
That's beautiful. So what's your itinerary now for cruises? Where do you go after this one in February?
But they don't have anything. They usually set me up with the next cruise during the one that I'm on. So I'm on the Conquest, the one that the truckers are going to be on. I'll be on there till June 6th. And I met some folks on this my last on the Splendor that has a club down in the Outer Banks in North Carolina.
Right.
And they want me to come down for a couple months during next summer to come down to the Outer Banks and play down there.
Wow,
which would be awesome. Yeah, I've never been there, and I hear it's just absolutely gorgeous.
It's fantastic. You're going to love it when you get there.
Yeah.
Not quite like a cruise, but it's just as nice.
It's not a cruise, but nice.
What, do you have any hobbies or anything?
I'm kind of an amateur astronomer. I have a telescope that you can see the rings of Saturn with, and I like that. What else? I love animation. That's actually, because of the fact that I love animation, that's where I got my nickname. And the truckers gave me my nickname. Dave, you still there? Squirrel! Squirrel! Yeah, he's still there. That's like, my nickname is Squirrel.
Squirrel?
Squirrel.
What?
What is it?
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Oh, Squirrel, that's right. I put it on the shirt. Sorry, I should have remembered that.
So, but I got that nickname because I do an impersonation. If you ever saw the animated feature Up.
Not that I recall.
Oh, okay, there's a dog in there that has a collar that translates his thoughts. Arlette, okay. That translate his thoughts, and he talks almost like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. He's like, "Oh, yeah, just bet you, and I already love you, squirrel," because he has ADD. The dog has ADD, and he sees squirrels wherever he goes. So I did that on stage once, and everyone thought it was very funny. So my CB handle is now Squirrel.
Okay, well, that must be how Mark State ended up getting us to put that on that shirt for you. That's great.
Yeah, and that shirt was awesome. I have it. I'm going to have it. Actually, I'm going to have it framed.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's send us a picture of it when you do.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll send you. I think I have a picture on my phone. I'll send that along with the songs.
Unbelievable. That's Squirrel. I like it. So what else do you do? Anything you'd like to share with everybody while you have a chance? A lot of people are interested, get to know a little bit more about you.
I wish I were more interesting. I just, what these folks have seen while I'm on stage. That's kind of who I am. I do some work with St. Jude. I do work for the Ronald McDonald House. So I play for those kids.
Great.
And songwriter, and that's really it. I'm kind of consumed by that whole process. So while I'm off the ship, I try to rest my voice a little bit, and I've done some private parties where I'm home. But other than that, no.
Well, we're not going to get
really all that much. Not really all that exciting. Sorry, man.
Well, we're not. That's all right. You fit right in with the rest of us. What do you do during your act? I mean, do you just play songs, or do you tell jokes, or because we're not going to get to go on this cruise either. We missed the last one, so.
Well, I will be playing live at during the pre-cruise party, right?
Right. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll get to see a little bit of it, but you asked Dave. There's a lot of I don't know if you've ever heard the term the fourth wall when you're talking about a performance.
Right.
Well, there is no fourth wall in my performance. I take the fourth wall and I burn it. It's just gone. I bring the audience. I try to bring the audience in. Sometimes it becomes a little bit too in. People think they try to take over the stage. But anyway, it's more. I get people singing along. I try, I do some impressions, and I guess there's some comedy. I don't consider myself a comedian, but I love to make people laugh. I just love it, and so I try to incorporate that into the show too. So.
Well, that's great. That's the kind of thing we like too. The always better with a little humor added.
Yeah. I figure people aren't laughing. You're not doing the right thing. So.
Well, obviously your favorite fan seems to enjoy you. Mrs. Dave says Greg is funny on stage.
To get Mrs. Dave to laugh out loud is one of the greatest moments of my life.
Probably a lot of work too, isn't it?
Because she's so, Dave is so out there, and she kind of just, every time I look over, she's just kind of looking at him, shaking her head, going, "Yeah, here he goes again." But when I would get her to laugh out loud, I was like, that's an accomplishment right there.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Dave keeps Dave under control, so you can thank her for that.
Yeah, you got to thank her. You got to thank her for that, Greg.
she's your governor right there. She just keeps everything below the RTM's below the red line. That's basically what we're talking about.
Someone's got to with Dave.
I guess we just gave her a new name, the governor of RTM. Hello, Governor. That's great. Well, anything else you want to add? Anything we're missing? Something, I know you say you're not all that exciting, but I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. This whole area, or the podcast and all that kind of, is still kind of new to me. I'm just getting into the whole technology of it. And it's great just to see how your show is awesome. By the way.
Well, you're more than welcome to call anytime you want, day or night. We're on from 7 to 10 every night that we're on. But you're more than welcome to call anytime you take a notion. You got something funny to tell people, you want to make an announcement. If you'd like to cut us some promos even, cut a couple of them, send them over. We're more than glad to play them.
Okay, that's great. I'm actually one of my, another, not a hobby, but something that I'm trying to get into is voiceovers. So
yeah, it'd be nice.
I'd love to give that a shot.
It would be nice to have you cut a couple promos, even for Dave. I think Dave would appreciate it, but to get you to promote a couple of the cruises that are coming up that you're on, because it just adds to the excitement during the Lido Lounge on Sunday.
That sounds like a great idea. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, we'll keep you busy. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Don't forget to throw one in for us, too.
Well, just make sure you throw him Just make sure you throw $20 in the tip jar.
All I'm putting in there is my used thong. That's all I got.
Greg will do anything for $20.
Hey,
so I've heard.
Hey.
What's that?
He said I would do anything for $20. I was like, hey, I might be a musical whore, but I'm not a cheap musical whore.
I just imagine you up and down a pole and Dave shoving $20 bills in your underpants.
He's got to get me out to dinner before that happens.
Oh, all right then. Not in a full stomach.
And lots of drinks, obviously.
Oh, that's right. We're all getting together. We're all, I guess, when we get on the ship, we're all going to get together and have dinner in the steakhouse, aren't we, Dave?
Yeah, I got that. I'm working on that. I've got that worked out, Greg. We're working on it. Yeah, I've got you at our table. So you're set. My table's confirmed. Hopefully you just get that night off. We hope.
When there's steak involved, I will get the night off.
I actually met the entertainment director. Super cool guy.
Is he really? Cool.
Yeah, well, no, Brad introduced me to me. He introduced the guy to me on the last night of the cruise. And I was talking about you, and Brad brought me over. He's like, hey, yeah, this is the guy that's bringing, he's the reason why I'm leaving a week early. And so I did get to talk to the entertainment director. Super nice guy, real laid back. Yeah, so I gave you a perk out on that one. But other than that, I'm so glad that you got involved and got to call in tonight. And I know a lot of the cruisers are looking forward to seeing you again. Especially me, even though it's like my fourth go around with you. But your next contract's got to be February of 2017 on the Glory, and then we got to work to get you on the Vista.
The back-to-back thing on the Vista?
Yeah, I'm doing a back-to-back 2018 on the Vista, so we got to get you on that one. I'll be on there.
I don't know what I'm doing next week, much less 2018. You know what I'm saying?
Two cruises
together. We're going to do it like an hour from now, and you're like, yeah, go to the suite, make some plans. I'm like, yeah, right, okay.
Hey, none of us may be here, so what the hell does it matter?
There you go.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, Andy, you never know, Hell, 2018, that's 2 years away.
Okay, all right. Let's not be quite so realistic.
But yeah, but no, Greg.
Greg, did you feel that energy just like hit rock bottom?
Yeah.
In the last couple seconds?
Did you hear the excitement in my voice?
But Greg, we are going back to Bermuda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, October 2017.
I'll have to warn Ray Patrick.
Yeah, you better warn Ray, because we will be going to the Bermuda Bistro.
Yes, did you tell him that story? Well, I took a bunch of the truckers. I used to play in Bermuda, and I have a friend, Ray Patton, who still plays there. And I took them all over to the Bermuda Bistro. We were all singing "Work We Dave, Work We Dave."
It cost me $20, but we sang it.
Dave did his own version of "Seasons in the Sun" that night.
Okay. I've had enough. What is it about this Seasons in the Sun that is so exciting? Is it just because everybody gets to sing along?
It's not me. It's Dave. It's not me. I played the song first as a frickin' joke. Because it's probably one of the worst songs ever written. I mean, it's just, you can't be a diabetic and listen to the song. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
It's okay. So, and then I start playing it, and Dave, like, lights up. He's like, I love this song. I'm like, oh, crap. So,
I'm going to become a diabetic if it'll stop me from having to listen to it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me tell you, that song has had overplay on this show ever since.
Really? Has he not just let it go?
No, he doesn't let it go. He doesn't let anything go.
And
I can't let it go.
And Drunk on a Plane.
Yeah, drunk on a Plane is the other one. I'm glad you don't sing a lot of country.
Well, I know. I mean, I grew up around here. I think we have one country music radio station here that's way out on Long Island, and it doesn't really have a very strong signal. So I like country music. It's just I never really had an opportunity to learn a lot. I was going to learn Drunk on a Plane because I guess Brad James sings it.
Oh, does he?
He just sang it. He just put it out.
I was going to say, he must have just done it. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, so I thought maybe it would be cool if he and I, because we do, what's the song we do together?
Oh, the one that Brad did that was big, that was Dock on the Bay, but it's his own version.
Yeah, he did his own version of it. We did that on The Dream the last time I met Brad. And I was going to learn Drunk on a Plane so he could come up and sing that too. So.
Oh, you got to learn that. That'd be awesome. I love that song.
It's all about Dave.
Well, it's all about you, Dave. It's all about you.
Yeah, well, that's another story.
Don't tell Christine Lewis that. It's all about me.
Okay.
That's an inside joke.
Sorry, what were you saying? I didn't hear you.
Come in on Sunday to the Lido Lounge and at 8 o'clock, and you'll find out it's all about Dave.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is. Trust me on this.
Okay. All right, then.
He's a brat. It's all about what Dave wants.
You need to back off over there,
truckers
Brit.
have been, from the very beginning, the truckers have been real good to me. They're just an amazing audience. You guys are just, everybody who's on there right now on the chat, thank you so much for everything you've done for me in the past. And you guys were on the Dream for my birthday the last time, and that was one of the best birthdays I ever had.
Wow. That's nice to hear from anybody.
Yeah. And it's going to, actually, when you're on, it's going to be, my birthday's in February, so we're going to have to celebrate it again when you guys come on board.
Yay.
You hear that, guys? Time to raise some more money.
Well, just as long as you sing me. You all sang Happy Birthday to me so wonderfully in so many different keys, and it was just, it was a lot of fun.
When
musicians for all your musicians out.
When is your birthday, by the way?
27th of February.
Okay, you're lucky then. You'll have to wait just a little bit. But Donna and I sing everybody happy birthday that you find out. And you talk about so many different keys. You'll have to be here for that one. Not yet. Save it.
I love that. I think it's one of the funniest things. I come from a very big family, and I'm the only one who can really carry two. My sisters actually have some decent voices, but my father just had no pitch at all. And my mom has a beautiful voice, but everybody, I'm from a family of 7, and everybody would sing in a different key and really loud, and it was the best. It was always the best.
Yeah, those are the best memories you can have.
Sure.
I could just imagine.
Christine, your baby brother is on the 27th? That's cool. It's a good day. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just reading one of the chat things.
That's quite all right.
Somebody else's birthday was on the 27th.
I didn't know you were looking at the chat. That saves me having to relay all these questions.
What?
I didn't know you were looking at the chat.
Well, I glance up at it every once in a while. If I keep staring at it, I won't be able to talk to you because I can't do two things at once.
Oh, not a multitasker, huh?
No, I'm not a multitasker. I focus on one thing, and I do it as best as I can.
I try to tell the Brit that about me, but it hasn't sunk in yet. You know how the British are. That I can only focus on one thing at a time. She's got like 800 ideas in her mind every second of every day.
Only 800.
Actually, Donna, I was starting to call it up, and I was going to start talking like this, and I was going to see if I could. I was going to see if I could fool you, telling us to think that maybe that I was from there. But I've heard that I actually have a pretty good accent, and then I've had other people who tell me that it's really, really bad. What do you think?
It's really, really bad. It's bad.
You kind of sound a little bit Australian.
Does it really?
You know, like, good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Mate, all right then.
All right then.
Well, I have a friend who's from the London area, and he hates it when I've always been a mimic. I love trying to sound like with the different accents and all that kind of stuff. And he hates it when I try to talk like I'm from England. And he's like, "You're not good. It doesn't sound good. Stop it. Stop it." I'm sorry.
Oh yes, stop it. Oh, awesome.
All right then.
What else? What else are we doing? Nothing?
Anything else, Dave?
What's that, Randy?
Anything you want to add?
No, I ain't got much more to add. I just want to thank Greg for he's been great to us. I know the truckers love him to death, and so glad he was able to join us tonight. And we're so looking forward to seeing him in February. And I just want to thank him. He's been a great friend. Can't call him a good friend, but I'll say he's a good friend. I won't say he's a great friend, but he's a good friend. We've had a lot of great times together here in the last 14, 15, 14 months.
Right.
And we're just going to continue to ride. And anytime I can get Greg on one of our cruises, I want to bring him along because he's a top-notch talent for our people, and we just love the guy to death.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him. Sounds like a lot of fun.
You guys. I really do.
I can't wait to meet you Friday. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. You sound like a great guy. Good sense of humor. If you can tolerate us, you can pretty much tolerate anything.
Yeah, thanks. It was really nice meeting you guys. Thanks for letting me call in and all that. It's been a real treat. Thanks.
No, thanks for coming over. Thanks for taking a minute, giving us some time out of your busy schedule.
What are you talking about? Thank you. It was great. It was good, but it wasn't great. I mean, good is good, but I'm sorry. I'm just glad. I'm going off now. See, if you were from New York, that would have killed.
It sounds Jewish to me. That's all I know.
It was Jewish. By the way, try the soup. It's a Manhattan clam chowder. You'll love it. Go ahead.
That's exactly what I was going to say, was try the soup. But you know what? You sound a lot like Billy Crystal.
Good. Okay. No problem. Billy Crystal sounds a lot like me. Let me tell you something.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, let me just tell you one thing there, young man. That's just a little bit crazy that you think you might have influenced Billy Crystal. I'm not quite buying that one, but now maybe if Clarence knew about this, he could change things around a little bit. See?
Mr. Potter. You're nothing but a stormy spider, Mr. Potter.
Well, look, Mr. Potter. I'm not going to have you putting me down like that. See, I'm not going to let you have it.
You want the moon, man? You want the moon?
That's one of the best lines ever right there. You want the moon, Mary? I'll lasso it for you.
That's great movie. Great movie.
Absolutely. Well, Greg, can't thank you enough, man.
Listen to Dave. All right, I'm done.
No, Greg. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Give us a real. I mean, we're looking forward to seeing you in February. I know we've worked hard on this to get this done, and you did. And I got it once again. I want to thank Bradley Edge for giving away a week's worth of pay to let you do this. And I did thank him. I appreciate him for that.
That was pretty cool of him to do that.
No, it was cool of him. He didn't have to, but he did it. But no, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing you again here in about, it's 3 weeks from 3 weeks from tonight, dude, we will be partying our ass off in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, sir.
Leave me a somewhat of a voice so I can sing the next day on my first day of work on the shift. Is that okay?
Oh no! Just no. I don't know what Samo's got set up. I know Samo and Randy and Donna and Dave the Ray from the Razorblade Express. They're going to have this thing broadcast over about 3 of the Spreaker networks, including one of the stations there in Daytona. It's going to be broadcast on. No, just get up and do a song or two. No, don't burn your voice. Yeah, don't burn your voice out. Just do a song or two. But no, I want to thank you again. I want to thank you for for all the great fun we've had on the cruises. I mean, shit. Well, it's been a great ride.
It's been as much fun for me, man. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. And so Randy can get this recorded. Give a real quick shout out to the Truckers Gone Wild one more time.
What, me?
Yeah, give a big shout out to Truckers Gone Wild.
Yes, you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2016, and yes, February 6th. February 5th. It's going to be the Truckers Gone Wild in Fort Lauderdale. Hide your children. Put your dog away. It's going to get cool. How's that?
That's beautiful. Great round of applause there for Greg Aulden. Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you, Mr. Dave. We'll talk to you guys later, and we'll see you February 5th.
All right, we'll see you then, okay? I'll send you those songs as soon as I can.
You guys take care.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Give me a call if you need anything, Greg.
All right, thank you, buddy. Take care, guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. We went streaking down the hall. We had fun, we had seasons in the sun. As the sun burnt our balls, we went streaking down the halls.
Oh, the RTM Radio Network.
This Thursday on the Truckin' Roundup Show, we're going to have Needlebender on the program from Big Rig Resort Radio Shop in Phoenix, Arizona. He's going to be telling everyone how he peaks, tweaks, and geeks your radio to get more for your money and your bang for your buck, baby. And we're also going to be talking about winter driving conditions, when you should have your CB radio on, and what kind of conditions. And plus, drivers, if you have a tip for your fellow driver out here on the highway on how to be safe, call into the program in the second and third hour at 774-220-4000, pin code 990055, and we'll get you on the program to tell everybody your safe winter driving tip. You will be tuned in to the Truckin' Roundup Show on the RTM Radio Network. Boop.
Hi, this is Random Man.
And I'm Donna.
We're here for SS Cruises, and we want to let you know that they're proud to present the Lizard Lick Towing and Recovery Cruise with Ron Shirley, Amy Shirley, and Juicy on the all-new Carnival Vista. Join them as they sail from Miami, Florida for this 6-day cruise where they'll visit the beautiful ports of call of Ocho Rios, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel.
Cruise from one sunny tropical isle to another in the glittering turquoise seas of the Western Caribbean. A Carnival cruise offers idyllic days of swimming, snorkeling, and strolling pearly white sand beaches and romantic nights beneath the twinkle of the clear, starry skies.
Explore many wonderful ports of call on your Western Caribbean cruise. You'll enjoy a 2-hour private cocktail and meet and greet with Ron and Amy Shirley, and you'll also enjoy a separate 1-hour private cocktail party and meet and greet with Juicy. During these 2 private parties, all cocktails will be provided by SS Cruises.
Let's get licked! Reserve a cabin now until January the 3rd, 2016 for only $100 per person. This is a non-refundable reservation. This is only a reservation, and a full deposit of $300 per person will be required to get a cabin assignment and a booking number.
The deposit to confirm your cabin number is $300 non-refundable per person and would be due by October 20th, 2016. Prices are per person and are based on double occupancy. Prices include $72 per person, prepaid staff gratuities, port fees, taxes, food, and access to all private parties and meet and greets.
Optional travel insurance is available and highly recommended. Full payments will be due on or before the 27th of December 2016. Payment plans are available. Feel free to ask for details.
This is a private group booking, and to attend all parties and meet and greets, this booking must be made with SS Cruises. Call 937-331-8029 or feel free to email us at sscruises@yahoo.com. We hope to see you on board.
You are tuned in to the Yankee the Brit Show right here on Friday afternoon on Speaker Radio.
Spreaker, and it's Friday night.
Oh, is it Friday night? On speaker? I thought it was squeaker.
There's an R in there.
Oh, man, I keep forgetting that right there. Tune in, y'all. It's going to be a rockin' Friday night.
AC/DC, and it's a long way to the top with the old Bon Scott and the bagpipes with the Yankee and the Brit and the RTM radio network jamming on a Friday. We got a license to carry small arms, and we're here to rock and roll you on a Friday night, baby.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Well, thank you, Greg Aulden, for coming on and hanging out with us for a little while. That was cool, man. Sounds like a great guy. I can't wait to meet him come Friday.
Even Dave sounded off intelligent tonight.
Yeah, Christy probably cracked him on the skull with her friggin'...
one can hope.
Her governess cracked him on the skull with her little scepter over there. You'll be a good boy now.
Her governess.
Her governess. Anyways, Greg was nice enough. He sent those songs over already. So we got one of them tunes right here. We're going to play Part of Me and Greg Aulden on the RTM Radio Network.
You're listening to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network. You heard me, goddammit. You understand what I'm saying to you?
It's the Yankee and the Brit and our version of Love Shack on the RTM Radio Network.
Song at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love Shack, yeah. I'm heading down the Atlanta highway, looking for love, getaway, headed for love.
I got me a car, it's as big as a whale, and we're heading on down to the Love Shack. I got me a Chrysler and it seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
Sign says, stay away fools, 'cause love rules at the Love Shack.
When it's 7 wells back in the middle of the field, just a funky old shack, and I gotta get back. Later on the mattress, later on the highway, later on the front porch, later on the highway. The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
A Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, that's where it's at. Love Shack, that's where it's at.
Hugging and a kissing, dancing and a loving. Well, the next to nothing, 'cause it's hard as an oven. The whole shack shimmies. The whole shack shimmies. The whole shack shimmies when everybody's moving around and around and around and around.
Everybody's moving, baby.
Folks lining up just to get down.
Everybody's moving, baby.
Funky little shack. Funky little shack. I hopped in my Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail. I got me a car, it seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
A Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
live in 3, 2, 1. Hit it!
Living my life in a slow hell. Different girl every night at the hotel. I ain't seen the sunshine in 3 damn days. Been fueling up on cocaine and whiskey. Wish I had a good girl to miss me. Lord, I wonder if I'll ever change my ways. I put your picture away, sat down and cried today. I can't look at you while I'm lying next to her. I put your picture away, sat down and cried today. I can't look at you while I'm lying next to her.
Called you last night at the hotel. Everyone knows, but they won't tell. But their half-hearted smiles tell me something just ain't right. I've been waiting on you for a long time, fueling up on heartaches and cheap wine. I ain't heard from you for 3 damn nights. I put your picture away. I wonder where you've been. I can't look at you while I'm lying next to him. I put your picture away. I wonder where you've been. I can't look at you while I'm lying next to him. Saw you yesterday with an old friend.
It was the same old same, how have you been? Since you've been gone, my world's been dark and gray. You reminded me of brighter days.
Hoped you were coming home to stay. I was headed for the church.
And I was off to drink you away.
I thought about you for a long time. Can't seem to get you off my mind. I can't understand why
we're living like this way.
I found your picture today.
I swear I've changed
my ways.
I just called to say I want you to come back home.
I found your picture today.
I swear I've changed
my ways.
I just called to say I want you to come back home. I just called to say I love you to come back home.
Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network. Picture by us, by request from Sandy. I don't know what's the matter with a woman, but she'll be all right, I guess.
Quite right in the noggin.
No, absolutely not. So what's on your mind, Donna?
Well, I have a little bit of a question for you guys. Sandy Fisher.
Not this complicated mess. Okay.
Yes, this little complicated mess. I called her up one night on the show, and she answered, and she had no panties on. Anyway, by the by, when I called her up, my name come up on her phone, and she answered the phone, and it was me. Yet, and if I've sent her a text message, she gets my text message, and it will say my name. However, if she goes to text me, then she's had in the past, she's actually had a man reply back and say you've got the wrong number or something. And then today she tried to call me this morning, and it said something about my phone's not taking calls. In fact, I think it was about 2 or 3 texts maybe that she sent to me, and a man replied. So I'm wondering, how is she getting my calls? How is she getting my texts? But when she texts me or calls me, she can't get hold of me, and she gets some random man. So I just wondered, does anybody have any ideas? I mean, surely if she's got my number in her phone and it's up on there as my name, then, and my number...
And you don't think it's possible she has your number wrong? By 1 digit could make the difference.
Well, yeah, that's all right, but if that was the case, when I call her or send her a message, then she would just get a number. She wouldn't get my name, because my name would be registered in the...
Well, you'd think she would just reply back to that same thing and it would work, yeah.
Yeah, see, she got some guy answer her.
Okay.
It just doesn't seem right, you know, my name is there on it, unless she's got 2 Donnas in her phone. That's all I can think of. Unless, you know, you should name me the Brit Bradley, the Twit Brit or something.
How about the Britwit?
I just don't know. I've no idea, Karen. I don't even know how it's even possible. I mean,
Probably right, Ron. It's the NSA. I wouldn't be surprised. No, they had to stop doing that. They're not allowed to do that anymore. Yeah, right. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, how can my name possibly come up on her phone? If my name comes up on her phone when I text or call her, she has my phone number correct in her phone. But it's just... how does it not happen the other way? I could call her up now and she will answer it. Well, she might not answer it, but she will know that it's me, you know?
What'd she tell you last night? Don't call me.
Yeah, she says, no more calling me up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., breathing heavily. Well, I like doing that to people, so I'll call you if I want to call you Sandy Fisher.
Well, you getting answers?
No.
Well, no dead air. Keep talking.
Karen said...
we don't do dead air.
Randy's cutting his fingernails, if you guys
I'm
don't
sure
know
they
what
can
he's
probably
doing.
hear it.
But, yeah, it's just strange. I have no idea. I mean, Dave calls me and his name comes up, and I call him and my name comes up. I have no idea what Dave has called me on his phone. I should imagine it's... oh, I don't even want to imagine it. But he knows it's my number and blah, blah, blah. Dave said he just tagged me in a post. Oh, I dread to think what he's tagged me in. Let's
can only
see,
imagine. Well, are you guys done carrying on over here with
Donna Bradley,
personal things so I can go back to what we do? Is that a problem? Am I interrupting anything?
No.
Oh, all right then. By request, the Purple People Eater.
Oh, this is What Man Jack Show, baby. Hope all you people taking down all your pictures, because we're going to be playing some of that bounce off the wall music, baby.
See you later, alligator.
The Killers, Human, with the Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network over here on a Friday night. We have a license to carry small arms, so stand back, baby, because you never know what's going to happen. How are you guys, man? Seems like you're rocking and having a hell of a great Friday night.
Mrs. Governors is still listening.
And Taz, I think you'd mentioned ELO earlier is what you were talking about was Mr. Blue Sky. And no, I didn't play it. And I have it right here. But if you want to do the Bohemian Rhapsody, we can probably do that too. Let me see
He's
here.
just a poor boy from a poor family.
Spare him his life from this monstrosity.
Easy come, easy go.
Will you let me go, Bishmillah?
We will not let you go.
Let him go! If you're going to start something, shouldn't you finish it?
I see Randy's been grabbing his nuts and pulling tight.
Let him go! Is that better?
Right.
Tighter I grab him, the higher it
Husband,
gets.
you are not quite right in the noggin.
No, and you know what? I don't want to be. It's more fun not being. What? Oh, well, anyways, Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network over here doing our thing. Thanks again to Greg Aulden, dude. You rock, man. That sounded friggin' awesome. We got your other 2 songs here. Tomorrow night we're going to jam both of those during country night. If you're not busy, come on over and hang out with us for a little while.
One day, Greg, you will sound as good as the Yankee and the
Even though he doesn't like country music, just kidding. Come on over and check it out. Tomorrow's Sunday night, then Sunday, the Lido Lounge with Mr. Dave at 8 o'clock. And then we swing it all the way back around until next Wednesday in the Hillbilly Express with Joseph Graham. And
the now famous Joseph Graham, let me tell
the
you.
famous
The
Mr.
famous.
Viral over there. And then...
Oh. That means that they love us, Greg.
And then, let's see, Thursday, 4 p.m., Kevin Young and the Truckin' Roundup. They're going to be talking about CB safety and safety, driving safety stuff. And for you idiots that aren't smart enough to turn your CBs on anymore, you're going to find out what it used to be like in the old days when you turn them on. You actually could communicate with someone and talk to a human. It's a whole different world. Put the phones down, turn the jukebox off, and listen. Pay attention. You're getting that... inclement weather, man. You need to be paying attention to what's going on. And I just can't agree with Joseph enough on what he said, man. He nailed it. It's crazy. So you guys pay attention to that. And then, of course, Friday's Rock Night, and we take it around full week. And Saturday's Country again. We do it every week, 7 to 10. Thursday, 4 p.m. for the Truckin' Roundup. Make sure you're over here to enjoy that. In the meantime, let's go over here, and I expect everybody to sing along.
What the fuck are you doing?
ELO. God, I love those guys, man. That's some badass tunes. I know when I worked at Kmart when I was a young man, which can't even remember how long ago that was, I worked in the appliance department, sold appliances, stereos, and radios and TVs, and had a great turntable set up in there, and I played ELO album after album after album constantly. Always had it on in the background. Great stuff. I agree with you, Eric. Good stuff, man. Oh, anyways, yeah, you go over there and you tell Rick we said hi and tell him that we own his ass. That's right.
I'm going to pop over in a few minutes myself and say hello. Are you going to join me, husband?
I don't know, probably. I wish we had enough, excuse me, I wish we had enough time to go for another hour, but we don't. So, anyways, I guess we better move on here. Sneaking fucking youngsters don't grow up until something hits them in the face like a brick wall. Eric, I can't agree with you more, man, because it's just, that's one reason I got out of it, was, number one, my worst thing was the government. I don't need a damn babysitter looking over my shoulder. I'm a big grown-up adult. You hired me to drive your 80,000-pound piece of steel down the highway. Obviously, you're going to trust me. And, hi, John, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, you're early, man. You're about 3 minutes before closing.
11 minutes before closing, John Rooney.
I quit because I couldn't take the government staring over my shoulder. I don't need a fucking babysitter. And then, like you were talking about the CB, oh, my God, friggin', why even have it on? So I'd turn the squelch way up, and I could only hear anything really close to me. And like I'd mentioned in the post there, that, we used to flash our headlights at each other, and you knew there was either a cop or a wreck or something was going on, fire trucks, whatever. And nobody does that shit anymore. I can't believe the other day, I use the cruise all the time. We're coming up out of Dallas on 75. I set the cruise about 75 or so. And we're riding along. Big truck passes me. Needed to get over. I flash the lights, and I'll be goddamn if he didn't flash his lights back at me. Almost had a heart attack. I thought for sure they were all dead. But there's still one of them old cowboys out there doing his job. So I was pretty tickled to death about that. Nice to see that some of you still got your wits about you anyways. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network, running out of time. Let's do one more for Taz because it's good shit. Bring me the horizon. Drown. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. We are out of here for the night. Thank you all. Glad you could hang around till we were finished before you left. But anyways, tell Rick we said, hey, we love him much, man. We're going to come over there and check him out and see what's going on. Otherwise, you guys are the best. We love you. We support you. You support us. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us.
Yes, Yes, yes,
A million times yes. Okay, so you guys take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Country Night. Until then, hasta lumbago. Say goodnight to Dave, say goodnight to me, and say goodnight, Donna.
Till we meet again. Don't know where, don't know when.
Just say goodnight.
Night.
Gee, Rand, what are we gonna do today?
Same thing we always do, Brit. Try and take over radio.
The Yankee and the Brit. Yes, Yankee and the Brit. One is a genius, the other's a twit. On the radio, the genes have been spliced. The Yankee and the Brit. Brit, 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 Brit. Before each show is done, the killing will have begun. By the end of the show, the heads will explode. The Yankee and the Brit, yes, Yankee and the Brit. Their ranting campaign can never be explained. To prove their radio worth, they'll take over the earth. The Yankee and the Brit, 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 Brit.
Oh!